NBA playoffs beginning in earnest as Jeff Teague looks for another breakout postseason like the one he had in 2011. Paul George, the two-time All-Star, looking to make an imprint on this series. And Paul Millsap, the first-time All-Star, back in the postseason. And Roy Hibbert, who's been in the news lately with his impenetrable defense, but also for some other reasons on and off the court. For more, let's go to Israel Gutierrez.
You know, you think about the matchups between these two teams. You documented it. 2-2 is a season series. Every team that won the first quarter in these 4 games ended up winning the game mark and by a similar margin to the first quarter margin.
David West right in his office. And George with the steal. They've got a 3-on-1. George Hill. The double team. Boy, Atlanta swarming defensively. George on the drive. Stevenson punches it home.
This is a team that this year started to play through Lance and Paul George. And Lance has got great instincts on the offensive end. He's in the way. But this is exactly what you were hoping didn't happen if you were Indiana.
George taking out his do-it-yourself kit as Paul George with a sweet move to the bucket. And that Danny Granger was a good locker room guy, quote-unquote. That's in the rearview mirror either way as Paul George gets to the bucket. And Indiana takes the lead for the first time since leading 7-5.
Korver makes you work so hard off multiple screens, and they go to the other side of the floor with Carroll.
They've already gotten up 15 three-pointers. Paul George counters and knocks down one himself.
We talk about Millsap and his diverse offensive game. How about this young guy?
Antich inside. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first half.
How about the way Brooklyn finished that ball game? I mean, Paul Pierce, you made the point. You know, he had 6 points, but when it was crunch time, he delivered.
And Paul George starting to heat up a little bit. The lead up to 6 now.
Hey, Paul, this game didn't quite start out the same way the last time the Hawks were here, but you were still down 9. What was the key to coming back and keeping the score tight at halftime?
You got to contain the ball. I mean, they got guys that can attack and get to the basket. That was a problem the first time. But the last time we played these guys, we just got to do a better job with ball containment.
Now, we all know how your regular season ended, but you still got the 1 seed. What was the message coming into this postseason just in terms of the mood of this team?
Well, we understand it's 0-0 now. And, you know, despite what happened end of the year, you know, this is where we got to start playing good basketball.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
Mark?
Here's Carroll with 7 on the shot clock, drives it to the bucket, and well defended by Paul George. Hill out to George for 3. Wow! George and West, little 2-man game. West with a nice cut and the bucket. George with the rebound. And he knocks down the 3 over Korver. And they're going to review this one, I think. Under 2 minutes to go, they're going to look at it right away. Larry Bird has made a few trips down into the locker room and had some personal discussions with the guys.
You know what? One of the things he said, and I think this is true today, is we take a look at this replay, and it's clear he's beyond the arc. So this should be a very quick replay.